All right, welcome to another episode of the Ridiculously Lame Wrestling Show. I am Robert Lentini, and we're going to be going over the January 3rd episode of WWE SmackDown. It took place in Phoenix, Arizona. It was 3 hours. That's back to 3 hours every Friday night. Well, I mean, it's the first time SmackDown's ever been 3 hours, but WWE programming, if you will, is back to 3 hours on Friday nights with SmackDown on the USA Network. And I felt it tonight. Man, the show hit a lull in the middle, but overall it was pretty damn good. Starting out with the best moments of the night, this was Tiffany Stratton cashing in her Money in the Bank contract. Finally, she became the WWE Women's Champion after an incredible match. We're going to go over that when we get to it later on in the show. But the worst moment of the night, the worst match of the night, was Shinsuke Nakamura versus Andrade. When this match started, I was pretty excited. I was like, wow, these guys are going to put on a good 10, 15-minute match. It went about 10, 15 minutes, but it absolutely sucked. I don't know what happened. They just could not get it going. Nakamura looked slow, but LA Knight's getting a title shot against Nakamura next week. But we'll go over that match too later on in the review, but we're going to go over the show segment by segment, starting with Cody Rhodes' opening promo. He said he normally would ask, what do you guys want to talk about? But he thinks everyone wants to talk about the same thing. He said there's only so much he could do because he's not cleared to wrestle due to his attack by Kevin Owens last month at Saturday night's main event. Rhodes said that the Royal Rumble is only a month away and that they will be hanging the title above the ring in a ladder match. Drew McIntyre showed up. He basically said Cody Rhodes was making a mistake and he wanted to help him. Rhodes was like, I don't believe a damn thing you say. Rhodes said he loved to give the truth back to McIntyre. Said that they were kind of kindred spirits. They both had to leave WWE to become the star they were today. However, Kevin Owens took this opportunity to attack from behind. Drew McIntyre, being the heel that he is, just backed away and watched it happen. Rhodes fought back for a little bit until security broke it up. They'll be facing each other in a ladder match at Royal Rumble for the undisputed WWE Championship. I guess Rhodes will not be in action until then. He had a confrontation with Nick Aldis later on SmackDown as well. Aldis said, look, you're the one who convinced me to have this ladder match, to make this ladder match at Royal Rumble. You seem hell-bent on not making it to the show. You're getting in altercations every week. Think about the future. Think about the company. And Rhodes says, you know what, Nick, you're a great boss, but you are my boss, and I am the champion, and I get to call my own shots. And if I see Kevin Owens or anyone that looks like Kevin Owens, I'm dropping them on sight. So that was the Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes storyline developments for tonight. Still no idea where Randy Orton is, so I'm assuming he's just not coming back until the Royal Rumble, I guess. United States champion Shinsuke Nakamura battled Andrade tonight, and I already said it was the worst match of the night, worst moment of the night. Not going to talk about the match too much. It was a slog. Nakamura got the win. The best part about this match, I noticed that they had the ring mat and it was blue, and I liked that change for SmackDown. It looked cool. But after the match, LA Knight came down to the ring, cut a promo, said he was coming for the title again. At the end of the show, he was interviewed backstage by Byron Saxton and revealed that Nick Aldis had granted him a United States Championship match at next week's SmackDown, and he's also said he was going to be the main event of WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas this year, and anyone who says otherwise will get smacked back to factory reset, which was a great line. But Nakamura versus LA Knight next week should be fun. I mean, at this point, I put the title back on LA Knight. He got a monster pop. I don't know what the point of Nakamura's title reign, if it's just like a transitional champion to get more baby faces, like a fan reaction for LA Knight. I guess that's a strategy, but I doubt that they're going to give the title back back to LA Knight next week on SmackDown. I hope they do, but it would be kind of a bummer for Nakamura's title reign to just give it away. But he did not look the best tonight. Piper Niven faced Mia Yim. This was an okay match. Mia Yim got the win via the Eat Defeat. There's rumors that she might be facing Chelsea Green again at Saturday night's main event on January 25th for the Women's United States Championship. They brought it up tonight. Michael Cole even suggested they had a dumpster match, another dumpster match. Mia Yim defeated Chelsea Green in a dumpster match last year. That's fine. They're not going to give the title to Mia Yim. I guess they could do a rematch. The match was pretty entertaining at Saturday night's main event, but I would rather see Chelsea Green face somebody else, but it doesn't look like that's going to be happening within the next month. It was announced before the show that the Street Profits were both injured in WWE live events, but Nick Aldis was just very didn't give any details about it at all, and said they're both injured during WWE live events and this past week, and despite their wishes, they are not clear to compete for the foreseeable future. That's an interesting development. They're kind of right in the middle of this WWE Tag Team Championship storyline. Tommaso Ciampa screwed them out of the title match that they had on November 15th on SmackDown. So, like, they are owed another title match. They were attacked a couple weeks ago by DIY. Pretty Deadly said it was Los Garzas, Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo, which was a lie. So Nick Aldis had a confrontation with Pretty Deadly backstage tonight and is like, I know you guys are lying because my eyes are connected to my brain, and you guys are both on, DIY was there too. Both these teams are on thin ice, whatever that means. Nick Aldis has not found out any leads on who attacked Jade Cargill, but these guys are on thin ice. All right, man. Paul Heyman arrived to the arena. There was a metal detector, but he refused to go through it. I don't know why they showed that. It didn't really come into play. He cut a promo vowing that Roman Reigns is going to win the tribal combat match against Solo Sikoa. Sikoa interrupted, and Paul Heyman hilariously said that he was 10 seconds away from pissing his pants because the last time he was in the ring with Sikoa, they powerbombed him through the announce table. The Bloodline did on like a June episode of SmackDown at Madison Square Garden in New York. Paul Heyman refused to acknowledge Solo Sikoa, so the Bloodline decided to powerbomb him through the announce table, and Heyman did not want that to happen tonight. But instead what we got was a very interesting storyline development here. Paul Heyman Solo Sikoa interrupted, made his way to the ring, and said, I want someone to hold the Ula Fala during the tribal combat match with Roman Reigns, someone that I trust, someone that loves our family, and I want you to hold it. And if Roman Reigns wins, you get to put it on Roman Reigns, and he's officially the tribal chief, and I will acknowledge him. But if I win, actually said, when I win, you will be my wise man forever, and everybody will acknowledge me as the tribal chief. So essentially, if Solo Sikoa wins, it's a match for the custody of Paul Heyman, it seems. So if if Solo Sikoa wins, he gets Paul Heyman as his wise man forever. That would be great. That would be fantastic. Solo Sikoa's promo work has just improved so much, and Paul Heyman's always just a natural whenever he cuts a promo. This was very entertaining. It adds a lot to the match, I think, because I'm still not convinced that Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns are on the best of terms. Paul Heyman still got the red pocket square, hinting that he might be aligned with Solo Sikoa. I don't know if that's me just reading overly into things, probably, but I'm invested in this storyline. I'm invested in this tribal combat match. I would love to see Solo Sikoa win. It would be very interesting. It would totally just add another layer to Roman Reigns' storyline. He has to just totally build himself back up. If he loses this match, where does he go from here? And I'm kind of interested in that. Where does Roman Reigns go after losing the tribal combat match to Solo Sikoa? But I don't think that's going to happen. I think Roman Reigns is going to win. But I really love this promo tonight. And Solo Sikoa, like I said, has just improved drastically on the microphone this year. In 2024. WWE Tag Team title match. It was supposed to be the Street Profits, but they were ruled out due to injury. So it was DIY defending against Motor City Machine Guns. I'll say it again. I like DIY's new theme song. It's just a guitar riff. Reminds me of Undisputed Era. But this match was fun. It was back and forth all throughout. Pretty Deadly gets involved. But Los Garza chases them away. But then the chase goes through the crowd, but back into the ring. And while Motor City Machine Guns have both Ciampa and Gargano in submission holds, the Garzas tackle Pretty Deadly onto them, and it's thrown out via DQ. Corey Graves flipping out, saying, "This sucks," as DIY is just posing on the announce table, celebrating that they're still the champions, even though they only won by DQ, as heels would do. This was an entertaining segment. Now we get to the best match of the night. And I don't want to just speak about Tiffany Stratton's cash-in, but I want to talk about the match first between Nia Jax and Naomi. Naomi might be Nia Jax's best opponent in the company. The matches they've had recently, the two matches they've had have been excellent. Tonight's match was legit phenomenal. I could not believe how great this match was. Went 20 minutes, it felt like. I wasn't bored at all. The crowd was invested in just every move. Naomi hitting split leg and moonsaults. Jax hitting leg drops off the middle turnbuckle. It was just back and forth action. Tons of near false finishes, near falls. Tiffany Stratton came down to the ring before the cash-in, and she made it seem like she was going to cash in, but knocked the referee over the barricade and then bashed Naomi with the briefcase, allowing Nia Jax to hit the Annihilator for the pinfall victory. So I was like, I was like, wow, that was a great match. Kind of a weird ending. I was kind of bummed out. I really thought Tiffany Stratton was going to cash in, but can't take away from how great that match was. Then Tiffany Stratton decides to cash in after Bianca Belair attacks Nia Jax. Belair hits the KOD on Nia Jax off the top rope, and then it was a crazy sequence. And then Tiffany Stratton knocks Belair out of the ring, sends Candice LeRae into the ring post, and hits the prettiest moonsault ever on Nia Jax to become the new WWE Women's Champion. Holy shit. Did not see that coming at all. I mean, I did initially. I was like, oh, she's going to cash in. And then when they did that swerve, I'm like, oh, all right. I guess the alliance is still true. The commentator's like, it was all a ruse. And I bought in. They totally got me here. The cash in was great. The crowd reaction for Stratton winning the title was epic. So I can't wait to see what they have planned for her. Charlotte Flair versus Tiffany Stratton at WrestleMania 41 sounds pretty great to me. But this was an awesome match between Naomi and Nia Jax. It's going to be overshadowed, obviously, by the cash-in. That's the moment people are going to remember. But Nia Jax and Naomi put on a great match tonight. And Nia Jax had a hell of a title reign. She won the title, the WWE Women's Championship at SummerSlam by defeating Bayley. Just had a great title reign. She's total heel. Her promos have been pretty good. Her in-ring work has improved. She's not injuring people anymore. I had nothing but good things to say about Nia Jax's title reign. I thought she ended it on a high note tonight with her match against Naomi. And congrats to Tiffany Stratton. I can't wait to see what they have planned for her title reign. I hope she has the title for at least a year. Then we get to the main event. This started at 10:30 p.m. Eastern time, where I am. The entrances did, and Jacob Fatu before they're walking backstage. They love to do the filming backstage, walking to the ring now. Jacob Fatu's like, I love Solo. I love you, Solo. I'm going to show the world why he's the tribal chief, and we're going to dominate tonight. He got this backstage promo. It was great, but the entrances killed a ton of time. It was very slow, and this is Jimmy Uso's first match since War Games. He got his ass kicked the entire match. I don't even know if he got in a move. Sami Zayn tagged in, and he also got his ass kicked before hitting the Blue Thunder bomb. Jey Uso finally gets the tag. He's dominating. He has Fatu down. He hits him with a spear and then hits him with an Uso splash, but nobody realized that Solo Sikoa was the legal man. He had tagged in before that move. Jey Uso was unaware. He goes for the pin. Solo Sikoa hits him with the Samoan spike, and that's that. The Bloodline wins. He will be facing Roman Reigns in the Tribal Combat match on WWE Raw, Netflix's debut of Raw this Monday night. Is going to be incredible. John Cena, Tribal Combat, CM Punk versus Seth Rollins, Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan, Jey Uso versus Drew McIntyre. But Drew McIntyre also showed up during this match, but Jey Uso hit him with a suicide dive. But the distraction wound up costing him, and he didn't see the tag. I guess I left that out. I should throw that in there. That explains that. But Drew McIntyre will be facing Jey Uso on Raw this Monday night. Drew McIntyre will also be a full-time SmackDown member soon. Reports have come out on that, and they mentioned that tonight. Cody Rhodes told Nick Aldis, if Drew McIntyre wants to be on SmackDown, tell him I welcome him. He's got my attention. So Drew McIntyre on SmackDown sounds great. Get him away from CM Punk. He's obsessed with taking down the OG Bloodline. He said in an interview recently that he doesn't care about the WWE title anymore. The reaction he's been getting this past year has been better than anything he's had in his career. So he's just going to stay on this path. He's not worried about titles. So if he's just going to be a mercenary trying to take down the Bloodline for a while, that's fine by me. He's one of the best they have. His 2024 was epic. His rivalry with CM Punk was one of the best I've seen in a long-ass time. But this show overall was very good. A couple changes I would have made. I would have gotten rid of that Andrade Nakamura match. I know that's a hindsight. I don't think they thought it was going to be that bad. And I would have had Tiffany Stratton's cash in close the show. I would have opened with the Bloodline six-man tag and the Bloodline getting the win, just because that you can't top that Stratton moment, that reaction. That whole match deserved to close the show. It was way better than the six-man tag that ended it. But that is it for this review. I will see you guys on Monday night for the Raw debut on Netflix review. I cannot wait for that show. And if you have not subscribed, please do so. We'll see you guys on Monday night. Have a good one.